Yo, what is up, guys? Partywaffles here, and I'm back. I'm going to bring you guys an updated Unholy DK macros video because I've learned a couple new really important macros since then, and I really think incorporating them into your gameplay is going to save you keybinds, it's going to save you thought process, it's going to save you effort, and it's going to make you a better player overall. So we're going to get right into this. Before I go over my macros, though, I'm just going to give you guys one little piece of advice on how I target, okay? So I have my Arena 1, 2, 3 frames. What I use is I have keybinds for Arena 1, 2, 3 targeting, okay? So to target Arena 1, I mouse wheel up. To target Arena 2, I mouse wheel in. To target Arena 3, mouse wheel down, okay? To set my focus for the arena targets, mouse wheel 1, shift mouse wheel 1, focus 1, shift mouse wheel in, focus 2, shift mouse wheel down, focus 3, okay? So that's how I set my focus targets, and you'll notice most of my macros are focus targets, so that's why I wanted to explain to you guys how I do that. Again, the other way that I target is I tab target occasionally, and I have my tab set to target players only, okay? I'll show you how to do that really quickly in case you want that. So you go to key bindings, you go to targeting, target nearest enemy player, boom. So that's the other way to do it. Say if there's a kick and I'm in a solo shuffle and I don't know who's the arena frame because it constantly changes, I'll just tab a quick kick or something, right? So we're going to go over all these keybinds now. I'll show you them on the screen, and then the keybinds will also be listed in the Discord in the description below, okay? So there's a macro channel in there. It's a DK Discord. Got about 5,000 people in there. Huge community. You guys can come hang out. There's lots of resources in there. Feel free to join. But let's get right into these macros. So I'm just going to show you important ones, okay? So the first one we have here is going to be this one. It's going to be raise dead and pet attack in one. So if you don't have your pet, it's going to summon your pet. If you have your pet, it's going to attack with your pet. The next one we have here is going to be the one below it, which is, I'll try not to go over duplicates too much, but this is going to be a shift focus mod, okay? So how this is going to work is, like I said, I have my focus set to something else. I'm targeting this guy, but I want to dot my focus. All I do is I hold shift and I press the 1 and it's going to dot my focus target. If I'm not holding shift, it's going to dot my original target, okay? So that's how shift modifiers work. It's going to hit your original target. If you hold shift, it's going to hit the other target that you're focusing, okay? So that's why I explained my focus target setting. So now that we understand how shift focus macros work, keep that, remember that, because I use a lot of these. So I'm going to try not to explain it for everyone. The next button we have here is going to be this Lichborn right here. So the way this Lichborn works is, you'll notice my runic power and HP, okay? When I press Lichborn, it's going to cast a death coil on myself, which if you just notice, it healed me, okay? So, and then if you spam that button, you're going to keep healing yourself with Lichborn. That's what that one's going to do. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to try to go as fast as possible through these two. I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time here, okay? So this is what the macro looks like. Once again, you can join the Discord and get these. Hyperthermic presence is an old frost ability. You don't have to have that. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to hurt anything to have it, though. Next, we have right here, which is going to be my focus kick. Where is it? Right here, which is just, this is for my pet, okay? At focus leap. So this button, when I press it, is going to leap at my focus target, which is your pet kick, right? You're going to need this if you want to pet kick people, like healers or whatever you want to kick with your pet when it's transformed. Next, we have Death Grip. I'm only going to just go over this for a second. Okay, so this is a shift mod. We understand how those work. I hold shift, it grips my focus. I don't hold shift, it grips my normal target. Next, we have, is going to be a Death Coil heal macro. So this one, if you press it, is going to heal your pet. I have my Death Coil is on the 2 key. There might be a way that I could have just made like an alt modifier. So I hold alt and it will just heal my pet, and I didn't need 2 keybinds for that. But I don't use alt modifiers. I just use shift modifiers. So yeah, this is the way that it's set up. So if I press this button, it's going to heal my pet, which you're going to have to heal your pet to keep it alive occasionally, okay? Next thing we have here is going to be a shift focus mod for my kick. Again, kick my target, shift will kick my focus target. You're noticing a trend there, I'm sure. Next thing we have is going to be another Lichborn type of macro. Although this one is not actually just about Lichborn, it is a cancel or a macro, okay? So you'll notice this macro, it's going to cancel your Lichborn, it's going to cancel your Blessing of Freedom, cancel your Bops, cancel your Thorns, anything that you don't want stolen by mages, or the Lichborn, you need to cancel it sometimes so you don't get CC'd by priests. So in case you ever got to remove your buffs, that's like a cancel or a macro for everything. The next thing we have here is going to be Chains of Ice. So my Chains of Ice macro is pretty straightforward. It's an at cursor macro, so you can either it's going to do it to your target if you don't have anything at the cursor, but if you have something at your cursor, it's going to change that. So it's really nice for RBGs or just things like that. The next macro that we got here, fellas, is going to be, this one is really important, okay? This is one that I just actually learned this season. You need to incorporate this. It's really going to be good. It's going to save you buttons. You're going to love this one. It took me a long time to figure out how to make this actually work properly, but we got it. So what this macro is going to do is going to be something like this. So I'll show you from the bottom to the top. So if you don't have your pet summoned, it's going to look like this, okay? It's going to look like the pet summon icon. So if you don't have your pet summoned, you can press it to summon your pet. If you do have your pet summoned, it's going to turn into Dark Transformation. So you're going to use this to transform your pet for your burst, okay? So we transform our pet for our burst, Dark Transformation. And then after you press that, it's immediately going to turn into a huddle. And as you know, huddle is going to make your pet take 50% less damage reduction. So usually these macros, when you put them together, it would huddle the pet before it transformed, which would glitch it, and then the pet would just stand there and not do anything. But the way we have this set up, it actually works perfectly. So do that, transform your pet, huddle it each time. It's going to be smooth, easy. Next we have Asphyxiate. Again, it's just a shift focus mod for the Asphyxiate there. I'm sure we understand those by now. Next thing we have Gnaw. It's just a shift gnaw. So G, it's going to gnaw my normal target. Shift, it's going to gnaw my healer. Or it's going to gnaw my focus target, rather. The next thing we have is this one here is going to save you more keybinds as well. So this is Empowered Rune Weapon, and this is Abomination Limb packed into one. So you don't really need an Empowered Rune Weapon on your bar anywhere. You can kind of just do this for the 2-in-1. So this is going to save you special. They're both 2-minute cooldowns, so they stack perfectly. Next thing we have here is going to be Gargoyle Apocalypse. So this is the way I use my Gargoyle. I like to send my Gargoyle with my Apocalypse, okay? You just got to make sure that when you don't press this before you're actually hitting it, or you're going to send your Gargoyle. But this is nice. Again, it's going to save you a button, so you can just do this 2-in-1. I really like the 2-in-1s. I'm big on saving buttons because I don't use a Razer Naga or an MMO mouse. I just use like a normal mouse, so I do everything on my keyboard. So if you guys are kind of like that, it's going to help you out especially. Next we have, in terms of macros, is a Death and Decay macro for at cursor. Pretty straightforward here. This is an at player. Where's my at cursor? So basically what happens with this is wherever your cursor is, you press it, Death and Decay, all right? Same with my Abomination. Wherever you press it, Abomination. Same with my Anti-Magic Zone. Wherever you press it, thing. As opposed to when you would regularly, the way you would normally do it, right? You would have to, the green circle comes down and then you have to click. So this saves you having to click. You just put it, and it's like smart casting in League of Legends, essentially, with no range indicator. So the next macro we have here is going to be my Strangulate, which is just a shift focus macro. Again, we already understand those. My Leap macro right here, I'll show you. So this is a macro to cast my focus at my focus leap. Okay, so I could have used a shift mod for this if you wanted to. The way my buttons worked out, I couldn't. But I press this one, it's gonna hit the focus target with my pet charge, which is gonna kick them. Okay, it's gonna be a kick and a root. And the final ones we have are just over here. I can't really see them, but we got Dismiss and Focus, okay? So let me show you this. You're going to want one of these in case you have to dismiss your pet. Simple pet dismiss macro, just like this. Put that on something. And then the other one is just a focus pet attack macro. So I'm not sure where, here it is. Straightforward, focus pet attack. In case you got to send your pet on the focus target to stop a drink, position for a kick, whatever you got to do. You're going to need one of those, okay? And those are all my macros, guys. Just to reiterate, they will all be in the Discord. The Discord is in the description below. You can ask me any questions in the comments, any questions in the Discord, whatever you need to know. I hope these help you out. They should for sure. They're going to save you a lot of buttons, especially the huddle macro. This one is a game changer. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed that, you can check me out at twitch.tv/PartyWafflesX. And I will see you guys around. Frost macro video will be coming soon. In 10.15, when the DK changes come out, I will be making new guides for both specs, okay? As soon as possible. I'm just going to test it on live for a little bit so that I know which build is the best and I can give you an accurate build. And then there it is. It'll be live as soon as possible. But, yo, I appreciate you guys watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Peace.